And good Wednesday afternoon. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Tim Seaman. Well, just one day after President Trump's global 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum went into effect, Canada and the European Union announced retaliatory tariffs against the United States, with some foreign countries now taking aim at those backing the president. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington and explains in our top story tonight at 5.
President Trump in the Oval Office as his new 25% global tariff on steel and aluminum sparks retaliatory tariffs around the world.
We have been abused really for a long time, and we will be abused no longer.
The European Union today announcing tariffs against the U.S., primarily targeting goods coming from Republican-led states. It includes beef, bourbon, motorcycles, and jeans.
We will always remain open to negotiations. It is not in our common interest to burden our economies with such tariffs.
Trump says the EU's tariffs create ill will.
The EU was set up in order to take advantage of the United States.
Including Ireland? Is Ireland taking advantage of the U.S.?
Of course they are.
Trump making that comment while sitting next to the Prime Minister of Ireland, Micheál Martin. Trump says the U.S. will respond with reciprocal tariffs.
So whatever they charge us, we're charging them. Nobody can complain about that.
Canada today also announcing a 25% tariff that will affect more than $20 billion worth of American exports.
The only constant in this unjustified and unjustifiable trade war seems to be President Trump's talks of annexing our country through economic coercion.
It comes as new inflation numbers from the Consumer Price Index are better than expected. Egg prices are still a major outlier. Prices are up nearly 60% from 1 year ago, up 10% from 1 month ago. As for the timing of the new tariffs being imposed on the U.S., Canada's go into effect overnight. The EU's go into effect April 1st. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Amid the continuing trade war, one company here in Siouxland is operating on the premise that tariffs won't be a factor. That's as long as their product is produced and consumed right here in the United States. TenCorp Inc. in Marcus, Iowa, focuses on constructing barns for the cattle industry. The company's founder and Siouxland native Chad Tettinger says that he won't see an impact on tariffs anytime soon.
I think the main point I'd like to make on tariffs is, as far as when it comes to the family farms, when it comes to construction in Iowa, the commodities, the farming practices, I think it's way too early to judge how these tariffs are going to turn out. I think everybody needs to calm down. Let's see how the negotiations go, and let's revisit it in about 6 to 8 months to see how it truly affected our pricing.
Tettinger runs his cattle feeding and barn building operation from downtown Des Moines, but he does come back to the hometown of Marcus, where the cattle operation is actually located. They've now launched a new company called Cattlemen's Heritage, which will build a new packing plant near Council Bluffs. The new operation would employ 800 people, all to help bring better prices for local cattle producers. Here in Sioux City, hundreds of West High School students, along with staff and faculty, gathering today to surprise the winner of the District of the Year teacher.
We are here to announce that you are the whole district, the Sioux City Community School District's Teacher of the Year.
Jessie Kofeld surprised today. She is a freshman seminar teacher at West High and has worked with students since 2009, helping foster a positive learning environment and working to connect with her students. During this morning's assembly, Kofeld was joined by family and staff, all to celebrate the announcement, which left her speechless.
I'm just here to have fun and throw on a pep assembly and get all the school involved, and I was really shocked, but man, I am very humbled. This is an incredible thing that just happened.
Kofeld's name will now be submitted to the Iowa Department of Education's Iowa Teacher of the Year for recognition. Well, fifth grade students at Bryant Elementary received a piece of history today. The Sioux City Sertoma Club continuing its tradition of donating hundreds of scrolls printed with the Declaration of Independence. Every spring, club members visit fifth grade classrooms in Sioux City and some surrounding districts, not only talking about the history of the Declaration, but also about giving back with community service. The Noon Sertoma Club giving away thousands of scrolls.
We hope we get to do it every single year. We look forward to it, and it gives our crew something to look forward to. Going out and showing the kids that we practice what we preach and that we honor what our country was based off of every single day is important to us, and we want to display that to the kids.
Following a presentation, every student received a scroll. Over the last 10 years, Mr. Thomas says it's handed out more than 90,000 of those scrolls, all free of charge. Make a nice wall hanging in a young person's bedroom, perhaps. A little history at home.
Yeah, I was actually looking at something like that. I was at Barnes & Noble earlier and saw some stuff, and consider getting something like that.
Indeed. Tough day to be in the classroom today, though. I wanted to be on the playground.
Yes, a very easy day to go outside and enjoy recess with a gain of about 15 to 20 degrees across most of the viewing areas. We'll see that temperatures have risen in the 24 hours almost as much as we lost yesterday, as we lost almost 25 degrees. But with the warm weather, we're keeping an eye on potential for storm activity coming up on Friday, especially through the afternoon, as we see that marginal severe thunderstorm chances continue to shift a little bit further and further east, increasing the swath of Siouxland that's in severe potential. So we'll be keeping an eye on that Friday, and I'll let you know more about it coming up with the full forecast. Tim?
All right, Victor, thanks. With spring on its way, folks are also being reminded of the approaching tax deadline. For Siouxlanders who may need help getting a return filed, a local organization is once again offering assistance. The Center for Siouxland tells us that they still have plenty of open appointments offering help before the deadline of April 15th. That help is free, by the way. The VITA program coordinator says that this community service is something that folks have been taking advantage of for many years.
For more than 40 years, we've been providing free volunteer income tax assistance. All of our people are volunteers, but they are certified by the IRS. And yes, tax deadline is coming up April 15th, and we still have plenty of appointments available. So if you haven't gotten your taxes done, go ahead and give us a call.
And if you or someone you know needs help filing that return, we will have more information on how to schedule an appointment with the Center for Siouxland on our website. Just go to SiouxlandProud.com for those details. Meanwhile, Goodwill of the Great Plains is closing in on opening a new Missions Services Center. This newly built 25,000 square foot home is the Goodwill's first newly constructed building here in Sioux City in 50 years. The idea for the project is for space to help adults gain more independent living styles as part of Goodwill's integrated day services program.
We're so excited to be able to showcase in this facility the mission and why Goodwill exists. Our retail stores are really fantastic, and they're the very visible piece that the community really knows, but mission is the heart of what we do.
That facility is set to officially open coming up in May. Tonight at 6, KCAU-9 reporter Chase Foy will have more on that brand new facility.